Hello, all you wonderful beings out there, and welcome to the stream. I am Paint, the African wild dog, currently taking over for Zim, and we're doing some City Skylines 2. And we're also joined here by Rygone over at the channel Rygone Plays. Go check him out. He is doing far more interesting thing over there. And, yeah. I don't know what else to say, so hi!
So, I got something you could do for your stream, Paint.
Woof. Oh?
Yeah. We should, like, do the ice bucket challenge, right? And then we'll watch paint dry.
Oh, God. Why did you make the bad joke again, Rygone? Why?
That was a bad joke? I thought it was kind of clever. I should make a sketch of this really mysterious thing, kind of. Ugh. Leonardo probably knows best why he is keeping progress on his work at this device to himself and away from the Duke. The last thoughts of Borgia making a visit are not so easy to dismiss. Either way, I will sketch the progress with all the details. All the details! High time for me to return to my room. Now time for me to get knocked on the head. Oh, turning around. Clunk.
Be gone.
Wait, he forgot to shut the door behind him.
Hey, dear, you still there? Dear? Sheikah? Dear guardian? Dear guardian? Dear? Good girl? Squeaky toy?
It's the Duke.
Yes, I am a duke.
Oh, you're a Paint.
Oh, yes, that too.
Do not forget Yakumo.
Alright, place your troops for Streamlators! And, yeah! We can get into the stuffs and the things with the stuffs.
And the things with the stuff and the things with the memes.
No memes, only things and stuff.
Oh, boy.
Okay, so let's see. Demand curve measures willingness of consumers to buy the good. Supply curve measures willingness of producers to sell. Intersection of supply and demand curve is market equilibrium. Supply and demand curves can shift when there are shocks to the ability of producers to supply, shocks in consumer tastes, shocks to the price of complement/substitute goods. A rise in the price of a substitute good for good X raises the demand for the X. Interventions in market can lead to disequilibrium. For example, imposing a minimum wage means that more people will want to work than employers want to hire at the minimum wage. This creates unemployment.
Hey, Paint.
It's
What?
economics.
Here's a bone. Good boy.
It's my weakness. Economics.
I just got high school bullied by this Duke.
Hi there, Screamin', why not, Dara? Why not join voice?
Come on. Come on, it'll be fun.
Oh no, it's been left ajar. There's a note. Click the note. Yakumo, there was a time when I wrote to you that events you cannot understand are in store for you. This is one of them. I took the Oculus Perpetua back as I needed more than you do. Trust me that this is the best way to protect my endeavor. Even if you do not realize this fully yet, we are in this pursuit together. You need feel no remorse for what happened today. Know that everything is happening exactly as it should. Yakumo, a time when we will meet is coming. Then you will finally understand that you are part of something great and important. Maintain your effort. You are doing excellent work. A friend. Man,
Everything
shit,
is
like
proceeding exactly as I design.
Wait, for the city?
What?
For the city or for everything? Because if it's everything, I'm terrified.
Hey, Zim,
What?
Magna. Sometimes people follow me just so they can throw Pokeballs at me.
You're listening to Second
seems
Moon,
mean.
the station for the cultural sophisticate who doesn't
Yeah.
to the more challenging sphere of the
Get good, scrub.
Let us move
Oh.
from the musical stage to the literary.
I wasn't expecting that.
We have some perfectly
Brian, could you move your mic back a little bit?
My dear Professor Hornbuckle.
My apologies.
Whereas I make no apology for my erudite, modesty demands that I prevaricate against the title. I am but a humble devotee of the form, and all
Wow, the whole
my
chapter is playing
existence
for
comes
me.
merely from a life devoted to the gentle arts. Though I do thank you for the honor. But I digest. To continue. Professor Hornbuckle, as a traveler
Hi,
from
Carcerus.
my homeland, I long to hear a tune that speaks to the
Paint
anguish
needs a
of
rope.
my road-weary
One that is knotted at both ends.
There now, my good fellow, chin up, as it were.
Oh,
No need to
boy.
wallow in sediment. Leave that to those poet chaps, eh?
I got something else knotted for you at both ends of your no more meaning.
Some modest desolation.
Specifically pretzels.
Yes, Paint needs a rope toy.
Yes.
Ooh, pretzels are good.
I remember falling down endlessly. So Porgy and I fell into a different time. And what is he going to do with the glove?
You don't want to know what he's doing with that glove. Or
Yeah, I
where
don't
he's
wanna know.
sticking it.
Yeah.
Why?
Ooh, a crank. And the bull. But we don't care about the bull. Fuck the bull.
Myrrh?
Confusion.
Yes. Oh. Okay, got that. I found a wheel. What? Now what do I do? How is this?
Woohoo! Yeah, I decided he needs one, Carcerus. It's a must-have.
Oh boy. That's gonna be cute to hear.
Oh, a figure of Leonardo.
Oh, well, that one might be a little complicated to pull off, Carcerus.
A wooden cogwheel.
Oh no.
Oh, ew. No, I don't like this puzzle. Get it away from me.
What is the puzzle? Oh.
Oh. I see. Okay.
I don't like that puzzle.
I don't like it either.
Just copying poor Rygone there.
I'm looking at it, I'm like, Jesus Christ, if I had to solve that in order to get out of a prison, I'd die in the prison.
Avalios! Num 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 num. Well, it depends on how you present the bath then, Carcerus.
Okay, that's as high as it can go.
He might accept.
Cool.
Your game has gone from a dating sim to a life with pets game. Got it?
Wait. What do you mean it went from a dating sim to a life with pets? When was it a dating sim? I need to know.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Okay. Oh no, I'm screwed.
Oh, the previous game turned into a dating sim. Ah.
Okay.
Pets to Rygone.
Yeah, I solved it.
Hi, New Year's.
Hi, New Year's.
Heidi ho.
And-
New Year?
Green Party, yes. The prior sessions before I joined Recallers of the Lost are on YouTube, and they are linked from one of the videos on my YouTube.
God. I have to do a folding key. It goes like this. No, that is not it.
Era, just wait until Paint wanders away from Key and finds himself back next to you. Just sitting there next to you on the bridge.
Oh no.
A spider! Well, I'm dead.
How are you dead?
There's a spider in there that's spooky.
Ah.
I have acquired a metal handle. That is all. Now what? Should I put you in here? Hey, Giacomo. Before you came to Milan, I was visited by Cesare Borgia, accompanied by mysterious men. They brought ancient but incomplete plans for an extraordinary machine, and wanted me to build it for them. My curiosity outweighed caution. I accepted the commitment, including the promise of complete confidentiality. Captivated by the prospect, I started working right away. Duke came to check on me only from time to time. Soon I found the key to the immeasurable power of the miraculous device, and understood that no man can be allowed to hold that kind of power. In time, Borgia became ever more nervous, and his visits closer and closer together. He seemed forced by someone or something, fearful even, and I no longer felt safe in Milan. Page 1 of 2. We found a new shelter in Florence. Alas, I could not just forget the machine. In Milan, I made only a small model, and now I wanted to see its full potential. I am full of remorse, but at the time, nothing could stop me from building a time machine in the tower of Badia Fiorentina. Fiorentina. I had no idea what danger that put us into. It was then that Borgia appeared again in Florence, and he seemed desperate. Gone was his majesty and noble bearing, but he was no less dangerous for it. His obstinate obsession with the time machine escalated, and I was slowly getting backed into a corner. To make matters worse, that was not all. The device caught the interest of a secret and mysterious society. Giacomo, you're a part of the story. Which part you'll puzzle together on the first floor. I give you back the Oculus Perpetua, improved with a new function, but you will surely find out what that is on your own. Yeah, thanks. You're a real big help, Leonardo. Asshole.
Era, just you wait for Paint to discover that Arabane tries to get away and devises plans to draw Arabane out to the end of the bridge and away from everybody. Paint will do that.
Hello, Goose.
Oh boy.
Paint has already accepted Arabane as part of his pack.
I didn't do that. Ooh, what are these?
Very possible, Carcerus. I definitely do not plan for Paint to become a paladin.
I didn't do that either, guys. What was the point of that?
Oh no.
Ooh. I didn't do that either, guys.
What do you mean?
Ooh, an elevator.
Goose, no you.
Yes, Brian is big stinky.
I am not.
Brian is big traitor. I heard about it from Asher.
I swear I'm not a traitor. I'm just scared to... I'm scared to tell people everything again.
A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement. Is
I
anyone
don't like
seen
that I still have that key on me.
keys? What? We're in the air? Sorry about that.
Gasp.
Nothing.
Oh shit, he ain't frozen.
My keys. I'm sure they'll turn up. They're for the brown sedan parked outside the radio station. Oh, wait. I probably shouldn't have said that if anyone finds them. Please, don't steal my car. I mean, the old Hornbuckle mobile, please. Oh, good. Here they are. Well, never
Okay.
mind then.
The mysterious figures got to the gate in the end, but how is it possible that one of them noticed me in the past?
Driving up prices in the area.
Oh, dude, you ain't very subtle, I'll tell you that much.
Apparently, that's not all good news. We're joined today by an expert guest, Professor Nutbutter.
Welcome, Professor. So a housing shortage is bad for the people trying to move here, right?
Humans are programmed to desire certain representations within ideological rewards.
Okay, let's begin looking at Dish.
Apart from the
You go,
actual
Darren.
rewards enjoyed. For example, consider capital.
One final question, Professor. Is the housing shortage going to make me richer?
By certain metrics, perhaps yes, in the short term.
I like the sound of that.
But what we are discussing is the study of a statistical abstraction and its effect on the human
Thank you, Professor.
It is a question
Okay, more
of
lore.
priorities.
In Florence, I found myself between a rock and a hard place. Should I give the machine to Borgia or to the secret society? I chose neither, but I needed a plan. There is only one way to get out of this mess. To go through the time machine into the past and prevent it from ever being built. The drawback of the device was its instability, as it could only be used twice in succession. That was a good thing. I could go through the gate and leave it inoperable for whoever would lay his hands on it. And that is how I first overcame the barrier of time. I returned 11 years into the past, to the year 1495. Okay.
Ruff!
Meow!
Ow!
Bad puppy. Yeah, that's right.
That was uncalled for.
Dear my ear.
Paint's a good boy.
Paint is a bad boy. That's right. That's
Paint is a really good boy.
Then creates a paradox that without the time machine working, how could you go in the past and make it inoperable? Magic. You say this like that's really hard. Maybe I still need something else. Ooh, what's this? Seems the sander needs to be spinning if I want to use it. Okay. Magic is only used for plot points, not physics. Physic magic. I win.
Paint is a really good boy. He deserves head pats.
No, I am bad. The narrator said so.
Well, I might be going to hell. Let's do this.
What? What you gotta
Spectre,
do? What?
You better start watching yourself. because.
But you wouldn't hurt one of your children, would you? Mama.
Fuck. I can't hurt you, but I can still punish you. Be nice to Paint, or else you'll lose knife privileges.
Stab.
That's it, you've lost knife privileges.
The traders should watch themselves more. That's certainly a hat. Yes, it is a hat. I have a redeemed voice line.
Oh boy.
Drunk Dragon Era wants me to say, Paint is a good boy. The bestest boy. Magna is not the mama.
Even though I'm not the mom, I'm still good about this right now. He's making fun of the good boy.
Paint just over here doing happy doggo dance.
You shall give Rygone a knife. You can't stop me, Magna Mom. Yo!
I'm sorry, what? Goose? Do you value your time right now?
Carcerus, I can't wait for Saturday.
Man, this thing looks complicated. Time to go downstairs. But that was lame. I'm gonna go upstairs. Oh. 10:05, 2031. That. 8127. Fast forward. Interesting. Yes, right away, my little protagonist. Okay, now what?
I know, Carcerus, I know.
Figure something out.
Alright, so we finished working through some of the storage or public transport stuffs. I would love to get my trains used more, but apparently that's not going to be a thing.
It's a me.
I
I
gone.
look like shit. What's up?
You said it's a me, so I finished your line with Rygone.
I cannot hear you over the loudness of this machine. It's so loud. Go ahead.
It's a me, Rygone.
Oh, hello, Rygone.
I was finishing your line because you didn't finish
Oh.
it.
It's
Yeah.
me. Gun.
Gun?
Yes, gun. Bang.
Curse this inevitable but foreseeable betrayal. Or betrayal.
Beat trail?
Yes, betrayal.
Well, I'm sure if we follow... I'm sure if we follow it, something will turn up. Puts on sunglasses.
Did you just... I was just about to ask if you put on sunglasses for that.
Yes. Exchanges the knife with a katana and grants the knowledge to use it. In order to use katana, one must spread butter with it. Spread, 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 spread. I actually remember seeing this thing where people like tested like a katana and a butter knife, and they shot bullets at both of them to, you know, ascertain the how the bullet would react when it hit the edge of both. And I think the butter knife outperformed the katana. And one of the comments to it was like, "Ah, yes, the butter knife folded 0 times." The Oculus Perpetua was conceived as a side product of my research into the ancient, incomplete yet incredibly advanced plans. I was Borgia able to get his hands on it. What was the role of the secret society? If I knew the answers to these questions, I could prevent the time machine from ever existing. After I arrived in the year 1495, I needed to hide my presence even from myself. I had a plan. After your escape from the prison, I gave you the Oculus Perpetua, which you used to acquire the sketch of the finished time machine. Borgia took it, and I could find out how he would react. Unfortunately, katanas were not traditionally made of the best materials, which is why they were folded so much. Well, that's exactly it. Over in Japan, like, their quality of iron was just, quite frankly, crap. So that's what they had to do to make something even serviceable. Europeans, on the other hand, had much better quality metal and in much greater amounts. That's why they didn't have to do such things as like the folding and whatnot. What's up?
I'm laughing at the fact that Dear Guardian saying remove katana, give toothpick.
I've been given a toothpick.
Yeah, Dear Guardian said no katana, toothpick only.
Removes toothpick, gives treat. Oh. Oh, I don't like this puzzle. This puzzle dumb. Pokes the magnet with the toothpick. Toothpicks are a main weapon. You could poke an eye out. Yeah, or a tooth.
Erstwhile listeners. What's up, honey? Me and my sister love you. Oh, that's nice.
Panera's Charged
Y'all
Lemonade
got
killed
clarinets
the second
and
person.
violins, but you got something most music these days ain't.
The fuck did they put in that
Even
crap?
traced back to the great Haydn himself?
It's apparently
Let's see here.
right
Y'all
underneath
got
the
soul.
limit
Oh,
somebody
yeah,
can have.
soul.
Like 10 underneath
A
caffeine.
raison d'etre.
So if you've been drinking other caffeine, then you just go whoosh.
My sisters say whoever you got playing the keys.
Damn. Well, they probably should remove that from the market, shouldn't they?
But I told her that ain't
Oh
all.
my god, somebody
That's
drank
classical.
3 of them.
Yes,
Hell.
indeed. That must be most
Rip in peace.
exacerbating. Classical music has been known since the time of the early explorers.
I'm never gonna
Funk,
drink
by
that. I'll drink
contrast,
like a
is a terribly
monster or
modern
anything,
conceit,
but
and
never
you'll find
that, just
none of
because it
that here.
sounds
Funk, as they
stupid.
say,
That we know
is
so
the
far. Well, I'm sure there's been plenty of people who
Now,
probably
let's
have
hear
gone to the
some of
hospital with
soul
signs of like a,
And on to our
excessively
main
fast
feature
heartbeat and stuff
story.
like that.
The commercial district is booming. As
I do remember
expected,
seeing some of the
attracting
memes for
more
some of the
high-end
Panera stuff. Like
customers,
one guy's
bringing
like
the
pours the
latest in luxury to our
Panera
neighborhood. You
charged
can
lemonade
now
or whatever the
shop for
fudge it is
designer
into a
shoes while
humidifier,
sipping a fancy local
turns it
Skylines
on,
mocktail.
closes the garage
Or so
door.
my wife tells me. That's good for business and good
Oh
for the
my god.
community.
Yeah.
It's so fucking stupid. And it's so stupid that this is even a thing. Nobody fucking like test that shit or like say, hey, this might be a bad idea.
Well, the worst part about it is the fact that they don't have warning labels on it or anything. And you go in and you can just get free refills. All the refills you want.
Yep.
Oh yeah, no, Era, you do bring out a good point. It wasn't like advertised that it was caffeinated. The only reason they're starting to say that it's caffeinated is because people are dying because they're drinking it.
Yeah, a little bit too late, ain't it?
Oh wait, let me actually search it up online just to make sure that it wasn't actually advertised.
No, it was not.
Oh boy.
Or I think
Yeah.
it did say that it was caffeinated, but they didn't say how much. I think most people assume that it was, your standard kind of caffeination instead of being on par with a full-on energy drink.
Oh, it's even greater than most energy drinks. I think only Bang Energy even comes close to it.
I mean, I know some that have like 300 milligrams of caffeine.
Yeah, that's the Bang Energy.
I know a couple energy drinks that are at 300 milligrams.
I'll just stick with my V8 energies.
They reduced it.
Oh my god. Yeah,
Well, all I know is they're gonna have to pay for it because obviously lawsuits are gonna be coming in, and two, they're gonna serve as a word of warning of, hey, do your fucking research before you start pumping shit into people's bodies.
Well, no, this is kind of the same thing with the McDonald's coffee thing.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that they were doing something unsafe and everything, and they're like, oh, possibly do this. And then as soon as it's brought to a court case, they have to make like the stupid little change saying either, oh, this is how much caffeine is actually in this, or, yeah, no, actually don't drink a ton of this or else you'll actually die.
Yeah. What a world we live in.
What a world indeed.
At least I'm not insane like that. I think.
Oh no, you definitely are. I mean, you
I don't
betrayed
go-
the ultimate evil after all.
Careful, they're going crazy. This is a long ass puzzle. It's not even hard, it's just long.
Pet the Rygone.
Rygone deserves the pets, along with you, Zim. Or Paint.
Ruff.
Pet. Wait, is deer in any of the chats? Deer in any of the chats?
4 of those drinks was enough to OD on caffeine. Yeah, not to mention just how much people are, drink aside, like their morning coffee, I don't know, coffee donuts, pop, etc., etc. People are pumping a lot of caffeine into themselves nowadays. And people wonder why their bodies don't feel too good.
I have like a case of the orange crushes, I believe it is, in my fridge, and I'm only like drinking. I'm probably only gonna drink one tonight.
I have one, well, usually only one V8 energy a day. But at least with that, my nutritionist actually approved it, so, yeah.
You have a nutritionist? Damn.
Well, not anymore, but I used to.
Oh. I want a nutritionist so that way I can ignore them.
Probably not a good idea, but...
I mean, to be fair, I kind of wound up ignoring her a lot of the time, too. She definitely did not...
back up. Go ahead.
She did not seem to really understand the concept of, I would love to be taking, eating that healthier food, but have you seen the prices of this? I cannot afford this.
Yeah, it's starting to become hard to afford even the fast food shit. Like, it's not unusual for one to start spending between $20 and $30 just for a simple burger, soda, and fries.
I hate it.
Like, things are becoming way too expensive, and it's... something's gotta go.
I got about a week's worth of food. Maybe a little bit less. No, it's about a week's worth of food. Cost me $100.
Yup. Combine it with everything else. Rent, utilities, student loans, car payments potentially. Kids. People can't survive like this.
Yeah, the cost of being healthy is vastly unreasonable. Exactly, I do things.
I'm about to throw hands with Goose. And the only reason...
But, Magna...
What?
You gotta stop hitting yourself.
The only reason is just because I was told on Monday they'd be shipping something over, but my mom had the car all day. Then I was told they'd be shipping something out to me today and said he needs to make cookies. So I need the stuff anyway because it's dealing with jury duty. And it's not my fault. I swear.
Dragon Era. I'm trying to keep my social anarchist mouth shut here.
About what? The fact that...
Uh-huh.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying, Incarcerate says, unfortunately, the liches in command of everything don't care. They have what they need, and that's all that matters. That's a good way to. That's a good way to put it.
Oh boy. Era, this is just my suffering. Because I'm the first one out of me and my two brothers to get jury duty. They probably won't even get it.
Jury duty isn't bad. No, I've actually been in some fake jury duties, and they're actually not too bad. You'll always get like one or two people who are, you know, kind of talk over everybody, but that's, you know, normal for most social situations. I don't think the guy who was running the jury duties liked me though, because I kept bringing in like, hey, you know, maybe we should consider this, or maybe we should consider this, or maybe we should consider this. And other people are like, no, we gotta stick like strictly on certain assumptions. Like for example, if somebody is rear-ended, then it's automatically the person following behind's fault and not the person who got rear-ended. I'm like, well, sure, maybe in a lot of cases, but we can't automatically assume in this case that that this was a traditional kind of a situation.
Hey there, Candy Floss. Good to see you. I was really hoping that I could connect my railway tracks to my subway tracks, but it does not look like that is the case.
I mean, yeah, whoever heard of a train eating a sandwich?
Wow.
Maybe you are wondering why I haven't told you sooner, my friend. I knew that you came to me from Castello Estense, and I was worried that you were sent either by Borgia or the Secret Society. In the beginning, I did not trust you. Do not forget that at the time I did not know what I know now. As time went by, I found in you an excellent assistant and a friend. Later in Florence, I wanted to tell you everything, but there was an unexpected turn of events. Half-mad Borgia appeared in Florence as well as people from the Weird Society, and I needed to put my plan into motion sooner than I expected. Huh? Well, I guess that's mine now.
A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area.
Oh no, your poor timing. Oh, hey, Hydrate. Oh, that's right. We were going to be doing some
conditions improve.
Some stream upgrades today, everyone.
And
here,
narration.
Oh shit! Yeah, and the narration too.
Tune in tomorrow for a second
Sorry.
chance to hear the music of yesteryear.
No, you're right.
For our feature story, we're on the streets.
I'm at a three-way tie here.
So, Kim, what's
But like,
Tell us
I mean, I can put the stream upgrades off, but I do want to get them. I do want to get on them.
What kind of stream upgrades are they?
Things like adding sound effects and effects to, like say the hydrate redeem, putting in a new throwable redeem, putting in some voice mods buttons so that way I can change my voice automatically for myself. You know, stuff like that. Just some stuff to make the stream a little bit more interesting, as well as to get the stream's opinion on certain potential changes. Like for example, every so often I ask like, hey, do you all want me to like say full screen the game instead of having it in this box?
Seems like everyone is in a hurry.
You know, things like that.
Fast. It's worth slowing down.
So far, people have said that they prefer to keep it in the box, but if there's ever a time when people want it more full screen, then we can all give that a shot and see how that goes.
Yeah.
I do think what time is it? It's about 7 o'clock. I do think I'll put a pause on this game, though. I've been playing it for a while. I feel like we're at a good stopping point with it. Well, maybe we'll do some narration here in a bit, or we will... What was that other thing I was talking about?
Upgrades?
The upgrades, no, but there was something else I was talking about, too. I'm sure it'll come to me.
Hello there, Neo.
You only know of one other game that was in the queue and you doubt it was that? I've actually got a few games in the queue, but no, it wasn't... I don't think it was playing a game I was thinking of. It was something else. I know I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, but I'm not worried about that. Although I swear, if he tries to take away my ADHD medication, I'm just going to say, yeah, okay, this meeting is done. I'm going to request a new doctor.
Yeah.
The hydrate is bundled into the stream upgrades, Carcerus. Oh, that's right. I was going to have chat determine what they wanted next. So, chat, I'm going to put up a poll. Let me know if you want narration or if you want to just hang with me as I do some stream upgrades. Okay, there you go, chat.
Jesus Christ.
No, it isn't.
Why did you allow them to use the points for the...
For my amusement.
Oh god, it's 21 to... No, 24 to... 25 to 1 for narration. Oh my god, it's 40 to 1.
Yeah, the rich the rich win the votes. That's entirely standard in all democracy.
Yeah.
Rygone Karstrus is saying Rygone's got such a good voice he could be hired to do audiobooks.
Yeah, I mean, I've certainly have had people suggest that to me. Well, the thing is, though, is I don't even know where really to start. Yeah, I don't want to be reading random books and then send them to the author and say, hey, pay me. But doing them for fun on stream, I don't mind as much. It's 41 to 1. Oh, that poor lone fellow who wanted the stream upgrades.
Poor guy.
Kitty vote? Oh, fair enough.
Oh my god.
Bagged it. Your mic is too close to your mouth. Alright, we'll do narration.
Jesus Christ, I wasn't ready for that.
I got 123,000 points on Rygone's channel. I will
Zim
get the
cheating.
narration.
Karstrus is saying that you're cheating.
Let us settle down for some books, then.
Karstrus, you just need to know that if there's... Yeah, no, Era explains it perfectly. It's not cheating, it's buying away.
Yeah, didn't work when I was in school, though.
No,
Then again, I
Carcerus.
kept trying to bribe my mom.
No, Carcerus. Paint ate his scales.
What?
So the game that Paint is in, the currency of the world can also be used to get various skills and saving, increase various stats.
Uh-huh.
Paint has begun with he's begun the game with a backpack and his ball. That is it. I decided the reason for it is he ate the rest of the scales because he was hungry, and they were warm and smelled nice and were tasty.
Well.
So he's
Easier
got
to
a lot of
get
stats,
camel
but-
through a needle's eye, I suppose.
No, he hasn't spit any up yet, dear Guardian.
Nah, you gotta wait for the number 2.
No, they get absorbed into the body.
Oh, so Paint will be fat.
Fat sounds good. Let's get fat.
Yeah.
God, no.
Chickle, 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 chickle. Alright, let's go ahead and put on my sound effects. Comfortable fireplace. Ah. So comfy.
Yeah, but that's the thing, Carcerus. Paint is never going to gain weight. He is going to be skinny as hell forever.
Super skinny.
Even no matter how much he eats.
And tomorrow I need to make a call over to the job and say, hey, what's going on? I got a house lined up. I need to know if I can move or not. Is New Year still in your chat?
They were. I don't know if they still are.
Oh, I see.
Hi.
Because I found an article here that says 8 foods that are considered bad luck on New Year's. I wanted to ask them if it was true.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. And also to potentially, you do some scientific research by placing said food on New Year. All right, everyone, we are going to go ahead and we're going to start the narration here in about 10 to 15 minutes. So go ahead, settle on in, and I hope you all enjoy.
I'm just working on subway system.
Oh boy.
What?
No, narration's starting soon. Do I want to get popcorn or no?
Is that even a question?
At this point, I have no idea. Waiting on like 15 things.
If it comes to when it comes to a question of yes or no involving popcorn, the answer is always yes.
Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom.
So, Era, is this when Paint just wanders into your office and drops the ball in his throat?
Yeah.
And then gets funding.
Picks up paint.
Gets funding for the others by just being friends with Airbane. Are you telling me that Airbane does not have a horde? Well, yeah, we just, we just scrape it off of your body. We'll take the shedding. Well, Paint's still gonna find himself, at some point. I have decided this, that he is going to find himself playing fetch with, Airbane.
No.
This is Second Moon Radio, classical for the modern age. Unlike most modern music, classical has always been penned by someone sitting in front of a sheet of blank paper, using only their imagination.
Hashtag life goals.
Through a silent, audible masterpiece. Now, here we sit, listening at full volume, and our souls are transported. But let us not tarry. On to the next rapisode.
And on to our main feature story. The commercial district is booming, as the area is attracting more high-end stores, bringing the latest in luxury to our neighborhood. You can now shop for designer shoes while sipping a fancy local Jarva mate, or so my...
Oh, 100%. He sleeps on top of last.
And good for the community.
Thanks, Jim. We'll be back after this. Industry in the region is on the rise, and when business is doing well, that floats our boat.
There's no sinking this boat, Glenda.
He is happy with his waterbed.
Yeets paint into the balls. Instructions not clear. No.
This is his life now. Yeah, but I've got the feeling that this is a life that you are not complaining about at all.
Oh.
What's up?
I'm reading a thing here that says that we're infant gratification. I'm reading a thing that's like, Yada yada. I'm not going to get into the politics of it, but it essentially says that when voting time comes, the left just sits back down and watches more infotainment, if any, or just straight up infant gratification things like gaming or porn. Yeah, we're infant gratification.
Instant or infant?
Well, considering he spelled it intent, you could go either way. I went with infant.
Rygone?
But it could be instant. What's up?
Stop doom scrolling.
Yes. Now I'm sad.
I said stop! Some people's kids.
Hey, a kitty! Oh, it's the end of the world. Oh, a kitty! No, LSJ, no bonking! Yeah, the bonk needs a sound effect too. But I feel like I'm gonna have to go into like Audacity for that. Like find a bonk sound and then like replicate it a billion times.
Well,
applies
Carson...
a paint to Rygone for therapy purposes. Look.
Yeah, Carcer is last loss has the best therapist now.
The bonk should be a hollow thud of a dodgeball. Yeah. Eventually, I'll even be certified completely. Wouldn't that be nice?
Alrighty. I'm back with my popcorn. Happy.
Yes,
Okay.
for as long as paint lives for. Oh, I have no doubts that Paint's gonna be dying in, I have no doubts that Paint will be dying, first out of the party.
Hey, Zim.
What?
I want to test something.
Oh?
Can I see a picture of your bedroom?
No.
Okay, thank you for confirming that.
Mostly because I am too, I am in too much pain at the moment to go up and go get one.
No, Zim, you're not supposed to do a follow-up comment.
Well,
It says, it says here, here's how you know it's creepy. You meet a person, you're talking, and a little while later they ask to see a picture of your bedroom. Weird, right? Yeah, it is. You don't find it weird, then guess what? You're weird. Congrats. You just learned something about your weird, creepy self.
I am 100% weird. I will own it.
Fair enough.
And let's face it, we've got a bunch of people here who are watching a couple, three people talking to each other, pretending to be various critters,
Not wrong.
Sorry to break it to all of you, but you're all weird. But it's okay, because we're weird too.
Feel the backhand of justice!
I forgot something about military.
Feel the backhand of justice!
What's that?
We all
'Cause
have
I'm
to be
pretty
like,
sure they're gonna have you do push-ups if you forgot something.
no, so like everything has to be uniform. and everything like that.
Yeah.
So if it's freezing cold outside and someone forgets to bring their jacket, everyone has to take off the jacket.
That's still that collective punishment.
And it's so stupid.
I'll be honest. Like, I get it to a certain extent, but I'd probably get kicked out. Because, like, I'd be like, no, that's dumb.
Sent you your packs.
Like, I'd be told to do a shit ton of push-ups at the very least.
Oh, 100%.
Be like, I mean, these guys are now just going to sit here freezing. They're not going to be effective in their exercise. All you're realistically doing is just simply punishing them for existing. And I know, like, basics is all about breaking down the personality and rebuilding you back up into something that's able to... that authority is then able to insert itself into. But still, like, at a certain point, it's just like, hey, this is not really being helpful.
Yeah.
So, how about them Yanks?
Sure thing, I do things. Have a wonderful night. Thank you for the well wishes on the stream. I'll probably be turning it off. Nah, I'm just joking. But you have a good rest.
Sleep while I do things. Thanks for coming by.
It's awesome you come by, I do things. Stay safe. Please, stay safe. We need to not have told Darius pay for every single donation for the tabletop games.
What?
I know he'll survive, but it's like, whenever he just pays it, I'm like, Jesus Christ, what job does he have?
Darius doesn't pay them.
I'm losing it. Cool. Let's go.
Are you thinking of Toshime?
Yes, I'm thinking of Toshime.
Ah. I mean, I do things doesn't really complete them. Definitely helps, but...
Yeah.
And Toshime works at Walmart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know, that super well-paying place.
Yeah.
Hey, Rygone.
What's up? What's up? Wait. What is it?
Are you ready?
Or what?
Narration.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and bring up my Kindle. Alrighty, everyone. We'll go ahead and we'll Pause the music. Welcome to Story Time with Rygone. Today we are going to be continuing Book 2 of the Dresden Files series, Full Moon, written by Jim Butcher. Chapter 9. A block from the 49th Street beach, there was a rundown garage, the sort of place you only find in the worst sections of big cities. The building consisted of corrugated metal on a steel frame, oxidating in the rain, the mist rising off the lake so that goblets of rust ran down the walls in streaks and pooled on the sidewalks in uneven puddles. On one side of the garage was a vacant lot. The other looked like the sort of pawn shop where crooks traded in their spare guns and knives for a few extra dollars when things were tight. A faded sign hung askew over one of the garage doors, reading, "Full Moon Garage."
Second moon with
I pulled the Beetle into the gravel parking
Before we
lot
dive into our
and
next
parked a few feet from the building.
memento moris to elaborate on the formal structure
Thank
of
God it's not too obvious or anything.
For our newer,
muttered
less able
and
listeners,
killed the engine.
First, we will be
It died with a new
dancing
moaning
section
note to its
before
usual
entering
rattle.
the slower Largo movement,
Got out of the car,
savoring the
squinted at the
vivacious
building,
anti-pastoral
and headed toward it.
So, without further ado,
I didn't have my gun with me,
raise the curtain.
but I did have my blasting rod, my shield bracelet,
We're live,
and a ring on my right hand in which I had stored up about as much energy as someone twice my size could put into a solid punch. Gravel crunched under my shoes as I walked. Rare autumn sunshine glared in my eyes and cast a long shadow behind me.
No use reminding you.
I wasn't sure who to expect inside, if anyone. The people I'd seen with the dark-haired woman the night before, the rather nerdy bunch of young folk clad in imitation biker leathers, didn't seem to be the sort of folk to inspire fear in other criminal toughs as the street wolves apparently had.
The industrial sector is
But
on the verge of collapse.
maybe there was a
And
connection.
crime is on the rise.
Maybe the dark-haired woman from last night was linked with the street wolves, somehow, as well as with the young people I had seen. What had the stout young man, Billy, called them? The Alphas. What, then, had the Alphas been? Biker thugs in training? That sounded ridiculous, even to me. But what if those young people had been lycanthropes, like the ones Bob had told me about? What if they were being trained, somehow, as junior members of the Street Wolves, until they could be brought in as full werewolves? Presuming the Street Wolves themselves were lycanthropes or werewolves, that is. Sometimes, a biker gang is just a biker gang. There might be no connection to the Alphas at all. My head spun a little, trying to sort out the possibilities. All in all, it was far better to hope that the building was empty, that I wouldn't have to deal with anyone, werewolves or otherwise. I would much rather just poke around and find something incriminating inside. Something that I could bring back to Murphy and Denton that would point them in the correct direction. There was a regular door beside the pair of big roll-up garage doors, both of them closed. I tried the regular door, and it opened easily enough, so I went on inside. There were no windows. The only light in the garage fell into it from the open door behind me. "Hello?" I called out into the darkness. I tried to peer around, but saw nothing other than dim shapes and outlines. What might have been a car with the hood up. A couple of those rolling tool cabinets. There was a dull reflection of glass windows off to one side, where there might have been an office. I stepped to one side of the doorway, squinting, and waited for my eyes to adjust. There was a quiet sound. A dull rustle of clothing. Damn it! I reached a hand into my duster, wrapping my fingers around my blasting rod, and listened. I could hear the sound of breathing in the room, from multiple sources in a variety of directions. There was a scuffling sound, shoes on the concrete floor. "I'm not a cop," I said into the darkness. I had the feeling that might be important for them to know. "My name is Harry Dresden. I just want to speak to the street wolves." The room dropped into dead silence. No moving, no breathing, nothing. I waited, tense and ready to run. "Take your hand out of your jacket," a male voice said, "and keep your hands where I can see them. We've heard of your kind, wizard. We've heard of you. You're with the cops." "You're late on the gossip," I said wryly. "I'm playing doubles with Johnny Marcone now, didn't you know?" There was a snort from the dark. "Like hell. That's just Marcone's story. We know the real deal with you, wizard." Christ. I wish the police were as savvy as these ne'er-do-wells. "I've heard a few things about you all too," I said. "Not much of it is too friendly. Some of it might even be considered a little weird." There was a rough laugh. "What do you think they say about you, Dresden? Get your hands where I can see them. Now." There was the click-clack of a pump shotgun's action. I swallowed and took my hands slowly off my blasting rod, then held both my hands innocuously out in front of me, palms up. I willed strength through my shield bracelet as I did, drawing its protective energies around me. "All right," I said. "Come up where I can see you." "You don't give the orders here," the male voice snarled. "I do." I pressed my lips together, drew in a breath through my nose. "I just want to talk to you." "About what?" said the voice. I tried to come up with something believable, but I'm not much of a liar, so I told them the truth. "Some dead people last month. More dead last night." The voice didn't answer me for a moment. It licked my lips and kept going. "There were fake wolf tracks around the murder scenes, and the feds think someone used a weapon lined with wolf teeth to tear the victims up. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?" There was a flurry of mutters around the room, low voices and hushed tones all around me. A dozen, maybe. More. I got a sudden sinking feeling in the pit of my stomach. If these people were the murderers, if they were responsible for last month's deaths, I was in big trouble. And if they were real werewolves, they could shapeshift and come after me before I could clear out of there. I was as good as dead, shield bracelet or no. I choked down a surge of panic and forced myself not to turn and run for the door. "Kill him," someone said from the darkness off to my left. A female voice with a deep, growling tone to it. There was an answering chorus of mewling sounds from the dark around me, repetitions of, "Kill him! Kill him! Kill him!" My eyes were starting to adjust to the lack of light. I could see them now. The shapes of people restlessly pacing. Their eyes glowed like dogs' eyes in the glare of headlights. Both men and women moved around me, though I couldn't tell their ages. There were blankets and pillows made into pallets on the floor, thrown aside where their occupants had risen. The female voice I had heard continued to chant, "Kill him, kill him, kill him," while the others followed her lead. The air grew tight and heavy with a kind of energy I had never sensed before. A power that was gaining momentum as they chanted. Feral, raging current. Directly in front of me, not 15 feet away, stood the large shape of a man holding a shotgun. "Stop it," he snarled, turning his head toward the others in the room. I could see his body responding as the energy grew, growing tenser, more ready. "Fight it! Hold it in, damn it! You can't let it loose here. There will be cops all over us." When his head turned, I darted toward the doorway. I kept my left palm up and turned out toward the leader, the one with the shotgun. I held onto my shield as hard as I could. My motion triggered a frenzied howl from the others in the room, and they came surging toward me like a dozen creatures with one controlling mind. The shotgun roared and threw a flash of white light over the room, showing me a frieze of half-dressed or naked men and women hurtling toward me, their faces twisted with grimaces of berserk anger. The force of the blast slammed into my shield. It wasn't quite enough to shatter the protective field. It made my bracelet grow warm and shoved my opposite shoulder hard against the wall. I stumbled, thrown off balance. One of the men, a heavy-set fellow with his shoulders covered in tattoos, got between me and the door. I ran at him, and he spread his arms to grab me, assuming I would try to go past him. Instead, I drove my fist at his nose as hard as I could. I don't carry a lot of power on my own when I punch, but when I added in the kinetic energy stored in the ring, my fist became a battering ram of bone and flesh, flattening the man's nose in a gout of blood, and sending him sprawling to the ground 6 feet away. I was through the door in a flash, and felt the sun's welcome heat on my back. I pelted toward the beetle, my long legs covering the ground quickly. "Stop! Stop!" the leader shouted, and I cast a glance over my shoulder to see him. An older man with greasy hair beginning to go gray. He planted his feet in the doorway, facing inside, holding the shotgun across his body and shoving at the people trying to get past him. I threw myself into the beetle and jammed my key in the ignition. The car wheezed and rattled, but it didn't start. Damn it. My hands were trembling, but I kept trying to get the car going, using every trick I knew to coax the engine to life, while watching the door. The leader of the street wolves was still there, fighting to hold the frenzied group inside. They were screaming and howling, but he shoved them away, clubbed them down with a shotgun like wild dogs, the muscles in his shoulders and back straining. "Look out!" screamed one of them, the woman who had begun the killing chant. "Let me through!
I say the
He
question
swatted
is
her down with the
simple.
butt of the
Here on
shotgun
second
without
base, we
hesitation.
know you can't move forward unless you
Then
can
Parker
thrive
turned his head
solely
toward me,
trained
and I
on
met his
behind.
eyes. There was a
housing
swimming
shortage is driving
moment.
up prices in the area.
Then I was past his eyes
But
to what
apparently
lay
that's
behind
not
them.
all good news. We're joined today by an expert
Fury overwhelmed
witness,
me.
Duck Butter.
Welcome,
Naked
Professor.
lust for
so
meat,
a housing shortage
the
is
hunt.
bad for the people trying
I
to
needed
move
to
here,
run.
right?
To
Humans
kill.
are programmed to desire
I was
certain
invincible, unstoppable.
representations within ideological
I could feel the power in my arms and hands,
entirely apart
feel the
from
raw energy of the
control
wild
rewards
coursing
involved.
through me,
For
sharpening my
example,
senses to
One final
animal
question,
keenness.
Professor. Is the housing shortage going to
I
make
felt
me
his emotions like they were my own.
metrics, perhaps, yes,
Fury
in the short
beneath
run.
rigid
I
control.
like the sound of that.
But
The
what we
ocean
are
beating
discussing
at a
is the
tide
study
wall.
of a statistical abstraction and
The
its
fury
effect
was directed at me,
Thank you,
Dresden,
Professor.
It is a question of
the man who had invaded his territory, challenged
This
his
just in
authority,
from traffic. If you're thinking
driven
about
his
hitting the
people out
streets,
of
you can
control,
expect delays
endangering
on the major
them.
roads, especially during rush hour.
Good to
I saw
know.
that he was the leader of the
Seems like
lycanthropes called the
everyone's in a
Street
hurry to get
Wolves,
somewhere
men
fast.
and women with the
It's worth
minds and
slowing
souls
down.
of beasts.
And if you can, plan
That
your
he was
trip
aging,
outside the rush.
was not as
Oh,
strong
I
as he
don't know.
once
I'd rather
had
wait
been.
an hour in traffic than to have to start thinking about everything all day.
Others,
Besides, if I did
like
that,
the woman
I'd never get
earlier,
anywhere.
were beginning to challenge his authority. Today's events might tear him from leadership. He would never live through it. If Parker was to live, I had to die. He had to kill me, pure and simple. And he had to do it alone to prove his strength to the pack. That was the only thing that kept him from coming at my throat that very second. Worse, he didn't know a damn thing about the last month's killings. Then the moment was past, the soul gaze over. Parker's face was stunned. He had seen me in much the same way I had seen him. I don't know what he saw when he looked upon my soul. I didn't want to know what was down there. I recovered from it before he did, and fumbled at the keys again. The beetle coughed to life, and I pulled out and into the street, swerving wildly before gathering speed, and heading back uptown as quickly as I could. I shook the entire way, my shoulders so tight with fear and reaction that I could hear my collarbones cracking with strain. I could still hear the mewling chants of kill him, in my head. Those things in that garage had not been people. They had looked like people, but they weren't. They scared the hell out of me. While sitting at an intersection, I slammed my hand on the steering wheel, abruptly angry. Stupid Harry, I said. How could you have been so stupid? Why the hell did you go wandering in there like that? Do you realize how close those Neanderthal freaks came to tearing you apart? I glared ferociously out my side window at an old lady in a business suit, who was staring at me as though I were a ranting madman. Which, I suppose, was what I looked like. I stopped myself from glaring at her, took a deep breath, and tried to calm down. A couple of blocks later, I was able to start thinking straight again. Parker and the Street Wolves were not responsible for the murders last month. That didn't make them any less dangerous. They were lycanthropes, the kind Bob had told me about, and I could see now why they had been feared. People with the souls of beasts, possessed of a ferocity so great that it could transform them into something inhuman without altering a single cell of their bodies. They lived in a pack, and Parker was their leader. I had challenged his dominance in my clueless, bumbling way, and now he couldn't afford to let me live, or he would be killed himself. So now I had to worry about someone else coming after me, trying to kill me. Not only that, all of this trouble had come gratis, without giving me any lead on the true culprit of the Lobo killings. Maybe it was a good time to leave town for a while. I brooded over that for a block or so, and then shook my head. I wouldn't run. I had made this trouble for myself, and I would get out of it myself. I had to stay, to help Murphy find the killer, to help save lives before the full moon rose again. And if Parker wanted to kill me, oh, he'd find that doing in a full-fledged wizard is no easy task. I gripped the steering wheel grimly. If it came to it, I would kill him. I knew I could do that. Technically, I suppose, Parker and his lycanthropes weren't human. The first law of magic, thou shalt not kill, wouldn't necessarily apply to them. Legally, you might be able to make a case for the use of lethal magic to the White Council. I just wouldn't be safe from myself. I wouldn't be safe from the loathing I would feel, using a tool made of life's essence, its energy, to bring an end to life. Magic was more than just an energy source, like electricity or petroleum. It was power, true, but it was a lot of other things as well. It was all that was deepest and most powerful in nature, the human heart and soul. The ways in which I applied it were crude and clumsy in comparison to magic in its pure form. There's more magic in a baby's first giggle than in any firestorm a wizard can conjure up. Don't let anyone tell you any difference. Magic comes from what is inside you. It is a part of you. Can't weave together a spell that you don't believe in. Didn't want to believe that killing was deep inside of me. I didn't want to think about the part of me that took a dark joy in gathering all the power it could and using it as I saw fit. Everything else be damned. There was power to be had in hatred, too. In anger, lust, in selfishness, and in pride. And I knew that there was some dark corner of me that would enjoy using magic for killing, then long for more. That was black magic, and it was easy to use. Easy and fun, like Legos. I parked the beetle in the lot of my office building and rubbed at my eyes. I didn't want to kill anybody, but Parker and his gang might not give me any choice. I might have to do a lot of killing if I was going to live. I tried not to think too much about what sort of person it might be who survived. I would burn that bridge when I came to it. I would go up to my office and hold business hours for the rest of the day. I'd wait for Murphy to call me, give her any aid that I could. keep my eyes and ears open in case Parker or any of his gang came after me. There wasn't much more I could do. And it was frustrating as hell. I went up to my office, unlocked it, and flipped on the lights. Gentleman Johnny Marcone was seated at my desk, dark blue business suit, and his hulking bodyguard, Mr. Hendricks, was standing behind him. Marcone smiled at me. It didn't touch the corners of his eyes. "Ah, Mr. Dresden. Good. We need to talk." That is the end of Chapter 9.
Ah, Mr. Rygone, we need to talk.
What about?
How cute Era is.
I agree. Yeah.
Ruff!
All right, everyone, we'll be taking a quick break here before we move on to the next chapter, so enjoy yourselves, get some food, get some drink, fall asleep, I don't care. We'll be starting up soon.
It's getting good. Oh boy.
What do you mean getting good?
Sorry, it's always good, but I'm enjoying the fact that it's like he found something that might be a good clue. I'm looking at a forensic side right now, and detective side, and it's like he's solving the case. Let's go.
Yes, Varian. Era is very cute.
How many? Oh my God! No, stop, please. There's 13 chapters. Fuck.
Do you not want more?
No, I'm sorry. I'm talking about a different book.
What's wrong with this book?
This is the book I'm talking. So there's nothing wrong with the Dresden Files. It's an amazing series because Rygone got me hooked on it. I'm talking about military book. You're so cute. You're torturing me with that. The pain. You're making me miss the dog that's at home because I'm not allowed to actually have pets.
Oh yeah, if you betray everybody like you do your teammates, I can see why you're not allowed to have pets.
No, the military says that I'm not allowed to have pets when I live in the barracks.
So you gotta smuggle the paint in.
I could do that, but I have a spider living in my window.
Second Moon Radio with your host.
Yes,
Jay
apparently
Thomas
the
Hornblower.
military
Tune in
forbids
tomorrow
me.
for a second chance to hear the music of yesteryear.
It's so stupid
Interesting news from the city's
that
export
if I'm
division.
not married, I have to
Sources
live in the
tell us that
barracks,
our city
and
has
because I'm
more
living in the
services
barracks,
than
I'm
we
not
know
allowed to
what
have
do
any
with.
pets.
And you know what that means, folks. It means we're not cutting things close enough.
Well, no. The point is we're selling it and bringing money into local
That's right.
economy.
You could almost say it's too much of a good thing.
Or we could say that we're enjoying a positive trade balance and the economy is booming.
Oh, hey, guess what?
More after this.
What?
Industry in the region is on the rise, and when business is doing well, that
With this property I'm
floats our
potentially
boat.
moving
There's no
to,
sinking this boat, Glenda.
I might actually be able to have a dog.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I can finally get Puppy. And then I'll have to puppy-proof everything. Puppy, no, my computer!
Okay, Era.
See ya, Era.
Night.
Night
You're
era.
cute.
Super cute.
Paint his weapons grade cute.
Oh my god.
What's up?
No, I read the fact that I read the chat. I saw what Varian said. I'm like, not wrong. If you're so cute that you cause your opponent's body to literally like kind of break down, what can anyone do against you?
There. Got that connected. You know what? Forget it.
Forget what?
Oh, apparently people actually wanted that. Never
Wanted
mind.
what?
Oh, I'm trying to build a subway system on this island. It is not going well. So I'm like, I'll remove it. And then I got a whole bunch of thumbs downs from removing it.
Yeah. You know, I wouldn't want to be a horse.
Horse is a horse, of course.
Yeah. But my reasoning is because they get farted on a lot.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rygone.
Wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
I cannot. But nor does that mean that that is...
Yes.
It's just out of left field. Remove what, dear guardian?
I think he's talking about the subway.
I'm gonna go get some chippy chips. I'll be right back.
Whoop.
Uh-oh.
What's happening?
It is too deep for me to connect rails to.
Oh, darn.
How did this wind up so deep?
I don't even know.
And now we're gonna have to bulldoze all the way back to the beginning because that didn't work. I was rolling in it? What? What am I rolling in? And for how many cookies? There, we got it connected. Now we just need to run it back to the mainland. Woo! Fuck. There we go. But, can you afford to give Paint all the cookies, dear? That is the real question here. I don't know if you can afford that. Paint can put away a lot of cookies. Ah, I see. You refuse to give the Paint the cookies. for paint being denied.
Goose, I hate to throw you on blast if you're still in the chat, but he's making cookies for something tomorrow for his work.
Hi, Etchy! Ruff. Hello. Oh, I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
You're listening to Second Moon, the epitome of classical listening at home or wherever you roam.
Dear, because puppers are the best, there's no escape. Rygone's not here right now, so you'll have to do with us.
Ruff.
Hey.
Hello, hello.
Ruff.
Pat. Do I have chippy chips?
Oh. What chippy chips do you have?
Take a guess, and I'll give you a free sub. It's the same one that I had you guys try to guess last time.
I'm just not gonna say anything this time, just because I'm subbed to both of y'all right now, so.
Well, I'll let you give it to somebody of your choice. You're in waiting room, dear Guardian? Okay.
Ah.
No. Yeah, we'll continue here soon, everybody. As soon as I finish off this bag of chippy chips. Nom, nom, nom. Family size, more like me size.
Okay.
Why are you so sized?
Because I'm fat.
Same.
I'm going to die tomorrow.
Yay!
Well, because paperwork, and then like at 2 p.m. At 2 p.m. I'm getting taken by the guy who showed up for my records. And I'm gonna get to look at the facility that I'm going to be working at.
I'll bite him.
He on what he owns.
No, Paint, you don't.
Only Ether gets to take you out.
No, he's not taking me out like killing me. No, he's taking me
He's-
over to my
You
facility that I'm
said you were gonna die.
metaphorically.
So metaphorically, I'm gonna shank him.
Metaphorically, if you try to, you will lose your kneecaps.
I have none.
He's partially my boss. You can't attack him.
You don't fuck with that.
The reason I say you can't attack him is because he's partially my boss. I need to essentially be done with him processing, but everything's so stupid with it because most of the stuff is online and it's evil. Pet the good girl. Pet, 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 pet.
Pet, 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 pet.
Joke.
Burrito. Better.
Well, Achi, I'm thinking of possibly switching over to doing some, Cosmeteer here in a bit, if you would like to join for that.
Cosmeteer.
What?
Say Cosmeteer.
Yeah.
The thing, though, Zim, that I love is like out of all your videos are sprinkled these little chapters of the books we've been reading. So people are like, yes, I get to listen to some Cosmeteer. And then there's drums. Drums from the deep.
I approve of this.
I approve of Cthulhu drums.
I completely forgot that you asked for me to entertain the chat while going somewhere yesterday, Zoom. So, in one of the VODs coming out this week, it's going to be me singing a song, and I'm just not ready to hear that.
Oh, but you're going to hear it.
Oh,
Could be
good
worse.
God.
Could be the VOD of me singing while drunk.
Not even gonna ask or worry about that.
I hate myself for that.
Don't hate yourself. No, Zim, you're not allowed.
No, Zim.
No.
The only
I
one
am
who's allowed to hate
awful.
them. The only one allowed to hate themselves right now is Magna, and Magna only.
Yeah.
Wait,
Think of the ravioli.
why is everyone saying Zim hates himself? That was me saying I hate myself.
Zim jumped on the train. Wait, no one's allowed to hate themselves. No one except for Magna. Got it?
And me.
No.
Ah. Let me hate myself.
No.
Meh.
I command pure chaos! Kinda.
Jimond_ has turned Magnamom into a Zubat. They can only talk like that Pokemon for 2 minutes.
Go on.
For what?
I command pure chaos! Kinda.
Jimond_ has turned Zim into a Herping Golbat. They
Cave
can
herpes.
only talk like that Pokemon for 2 minutes.
Mom?
Cave herpes. Cave herpes. Cave herpes. Cave herpes. Cave herpes. Cave herpes. Cave herpes.
Golbat.
Cave herpes.
Golbat.
Alrighty, I'm about ready to continue.
Cave herpes.
Golbat.
No.
Cave herpes.
Hey, Tim, guys, what?
Golbat.
Cave herpes.
No.
Golbat.
No.
Golbat.
No.
Golbat.
Gimland turned
Oh,
us.
fine. If you're not gonna take me seriously, I'll just leave.
But this is your Discord.
Yeah, man.
Why you out logic?
But yeah, guess what?
What?
I almost have 60 subs. I think that'll be my first one.
Nice.
Yeah. My followers keep fluctuating though. I can't seem to get past 1-260s. I think I had 1267. And then I think it went down because I was doing a lot of that stream testing and people probably got annoyed with the emails or something. They're like, oh, this guy keeps making his emails telling me he's online. You know what? Unfollow. Click, click, click.
When are you going to be online?
I command pure chaos!
When will the lies end?
Jimond_ has turned Rygone
What
into
lies?
a Zubat. They can only talk like that Pokemon for 2 minutes.
Alrighty, everyone ready for me to continue?
You're back
Oh,
with Second
no.
Moon Radio, your
But-
second
but-
musical
but
home
you
from
are
home. So
Zubat
settle
for
back
now.
in your chair, pour yourself a glass, and prepare for
Your
the
cave
next hour
herpes.
of musical
What?
Oh god.
Tonight we
You've been
are
turned
I
into
heard
a
nothing.
Zubat.
I can't hear Zim's thing.
Australia. Land of art and culture.
Sorry.
Rygone, as they say. And an aria inspired by the infamous Vivaldi shall
Oh.
be our guide.
I can be a Zumba.
You're turned into Zubat.
Alright, Zubat. Zubat.
Sounds like Zubat that smoked half a pack of cigarettes.
Zubat. Zubat. Zubat.
I should actually read this military book.
Give it to Rygone. Let him narrate it.
I actually can't.
You should definitely get down and read me 20.
I can't read you this book because it's specific for the airfield I'm going to be going to, and because it may have some classified information that I'm not allowed to share.
Like what?
Fuck, it's 15 miles east of... No.
Yeah, definitely don't get in trouble. Not for us.
No, like, most of the most information that I can't share is like names of the equipment and what kind of aircraft is staged over there, which is why I'm not gonna get in trouble by not. I'm just not gonna say it.
Super.
You are back to normal now.
No.
Super.
Oh my god, no.
No, Rygone's turning the evils.
Zubat. Oh shit. Apparently, I guess you don't have to pay any taxes over in Russia now.
What
Yeah.
happened over there?
Apparently, their whole tax database was completely destroyed by military intelligence.
Which side?
Russia's.
Oh my God.
I think Ukraine's taking responsibility for it.
Hopefully.
But they said that they destroyed all of the front wall and the backups. So Russia essentially doesn't have a tax system anymore. So yay, everybody! You don't have to pay taxes over there now. Yay, I think.
Definitely interesting. Don't do the War Thunder forums thing? Oh god.
Yeah, please don't.
Oh,
For one,
no.
For one, I don't want to have to sit in front of a judge and tell him why I was saying fucking Zubat while you were telling us classified military intelligence secrets.
That's the only reason Rygone doesn't want you to share. He doesn't want to explain that.
He doesn't want to explain it to a judge. Understandable.
It'll be silly because they're going to dig into my history. They're going to be like, yes, we found that you like TF. What is that all about? Does that mean you like changing allegiances? Is that it?
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna read this tomorrow after I'm done with in-processing for the day.
It sounds good.
You all are cuties.
No, you.
I'm not getting into the war, dear Guardian. I'm just simply making note of something that happened. Trust me, I don't want to get into the whole nitty-gritty of it as much as anybody else. Hey, old pal.
Which is why I prefer not to drag people into things. Which is why I'm going to just read it personally
pure
tomorrow.
chaos. Kinda.
Dear Guardian, I already said I'm not going to.
Toy into a Zubat.
Don't worry about it.
They
Chica,
can only talk
cutie.
like that Pokemon for 2 minutes.
Hey, Furface.
Deer's a
Deer?
good squeaky toy.
We need you to listen when we say something.
Cave herpes.
Wait, why can't I hear your stream inserts, Zim?
My what?
Probably because I'm supposed to be doing narration.
Oh, that's probably it.
Actually, I thought it
Cave
was
herpes.
feeding through. No, I did turn that. Oh, right, I never turned it back on after the economics thing.
Oh, yeah. We don't like economic talk.
Cave herpes.
Merle, don't worry. The book's already put away. You don't have to worry about it.
Pink
Varian-
cute.
Varian, I'm not gonna do it. Don't worry.
Economics is a social science that focuses on the production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services, and analyzes the choices that individuals, businesses, governments,
Kinda.
and nations
Underscore has
make to
turned Zim into a
allocate
Zapdos.
resources.
They can only talk like that Pokemon for 2 minutes.
Zapdos, 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 Zap, 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 Zapdos, Zap, Zapdos, Dos, Zapdos, Dos, Zapdos, Zap, 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 Zapdos, Zapdos, Dos. Zapdos, Zap, Zap, Zapdos, 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 Zapdos.
Oh my god, this is perfect.
Dos, Zapdos, Zapdos, Dos, Zap, 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 Zapdos.
The goals of this article are to A. Describe differences between moderator. No, go ahead, continue. And mediator effects.
Zapdos,
B.
Dos.
Provide non-technical
Trace.
descriptions of
Zapdos,
how to
Dos,
examine
Dos.
each type of effect,
Dos,
including
Dos,
study
Dos,
design,
Zap, Dos.
analysis, and interpretation of results.
Zap, Zap,
C.
Zapdos.
Demonstrate how to analyze each type of effect.
Zap, Zap, Zapdos, Dos, Zap,
We all good for narration.
Zapdos, Dos, Zapdos.
I see.
I take that as a
Zap,
no. I go asleep.
Zapdos. Zap!
What the?
Studies how businesses are organized and how individuals approach uncertainty and risk in their decision making. Macroeconomics is the branch of economics that studies the behavior and performance of an economy as a whole. Its primary focus is recurrent economic cycles and broad economic growth and development.
I command pure chaos! Kinda.
Jimmond underscore has turned Zim into
We can
a
do
Zubat.
narration now.
They can only talk like that Pokemon for 2 minutes.
Okay. Alright. Pause the music. Here we go. Chapter 10. Marten had eyes the colors of old faded dollar bills. His skin was weather-worn, with an outdoorsman's deep tan. Creases showed at the corners of his eyes and mouth, as though from smiling, but those smiles were rarely sincere. His suit must have cost him at least $1,000. He sat at ease in my chair. My chair, mind you, guarded me with professional calm. From behind him, Mr. Hendricks looked like an all-star collegiate lineman who hadn't been smart enough to go into the pros. Hendricks' neck was as big around as my waist. His hands were big enough to cover my face, and strong enough to crush it. His red hair was buzz-cut. He wore his ill-fitting suit like something that he planned to rip his way out of when he turned into the Hulk. Couldn't see his gun, but I knew he was carrying one. I stood in the doorway and stared at Marten for a minute, but my gaze did nothing to stir him. Marten had met it already, taken my measure more than I had taken his. My eyes held no more fear for him. "Get out of my office," I said. I stepped inside and closed the door. Now, Mr. Dresden," Marten said, a father's reproof in his tone. "Is that any way to talk to a business partner?" I scowled. "I'm not your partner. I think you're scum. The worst criminal this city has. One of these days, the cops will nail you. Until then, I don't have to put up with you being here in my own office. Get out." "The police," Marten said, a hint of correction in his voice, "would be best off run by private agencies, rather than public institutions. Better pay, better benefits, easier to bribe, corrupt, manipulate," I injected. Marten smiled. I took off my duster and dropped it over the table in front of the door. The one covered in pamphlets with titles like "Witches and You" and "Want to do magic? Ask me how." I untied my blasting rod from its thong, set it calmly on the table in front of me. I had the satisfaction of seeing Hendricks tense up when he saw the rod. He remembered what I'd done to the varsity last spring. He glanced up. "Are you still here?" Marten folded his hands in front of him. "I have an offer to make you, Mr. Dresden." "No," I said. Marten chuckled. "I think you should hear me out." I looked him in the eyes and smiled faintly. "No. Get out." His fatherly manner vanished, and his eyes became cold. "I have neither the time nor the tolerance for your childishness, Mr. Dresden. People are dying. You are now working on the case. I have information for you. I will give it to you for a price." I felt my back stiffen. I stared at him for a long minute, and then said, "All right, let's hear your price." Marten held out his hand, and Hendricks handed him a folder. Marcone put the folder down on the battered surface of my old wooden desk and flipped it open. This is a contract, Mr. Dresden. It hires you as a consultant for my firm in personal security. The terms are quite generous. You get to name your own hours with a minimum of 5 per month. You can fill in your salary right now. I simply want to formalize our working relationship. I walked over to my desk. I saw Hendricks' weight shift, as though he were about to jump over the desk at me. But I ignored him. I picked up the folder and looked over the contract. I'm not a legal expert, but I was familiar with the forms of this kind of deal. Marcone was on the up and up. He was offering me a dream job. Virtually no commitment and as much money as I could want. There was even a clause that specified that I would not be asked or expected to perform any unlawful acts. With that kind of money, I could live the kind of life I wanted. I could stop scrapping for every dollar, running my legs off working for every paranoid loony who wanted to hire me to investigate his great-aunt's possessed cow. Catch up on reading. Finally, do the magical research I'd been itching to do for the past few years. I wouldn't live forever, and every hour that I wasted looking for UFOs in Gillette was one more hour I couldn't spend doing something I wanted to do. It was a pretty damn tempting deal. And it was a very comfortable collar. "Do you think I'm an idiot?" I said, and tossed the folder down on my desk. Marcone's eyebrows went up, his mouth opening a little. "Is it the hours? Shall I lower the minimum to 1 hour per week? Per month?" "It isn't the hours," I said. Spread his hands. "What then?" "It's the company. It's the thought of a drug-dealing murderer having a claim on my loyalty. I don't like where your money comes from. It's got blood on it." Marcone's cold eyes narrowed again. "Think carefully, Mr. Dresden. I won't make this offer twice." "Let me make you an offer, John," I said. I saw the corner of his cheek twitch when I used his first name. "Tell me what you know, and I'll do my best to nail the killer before he comes for you." "What makes you think I'm worried, Mr. Dresden?" Marcone said. He let a fine sneer color his words. I shrugged. "Your business partner and his pet bodyguard get gutted last month. Spike gets torn to bits last night. And then you crawl out from under your rock to dangle information in my face to help me catch the killer and try to strong-arm me into becoming your bodyguard." I bent down and rested my elbows on the surface of the desk, then lowered my head until my eyes were a few inches from his. "Worried, John?" His face twitched again, and I could smell him lying. "Of course not, Mr. Dresden. But you don't get where I have in life by being reckless. Just by being soulless, right?" Marcone slammed his palms down on the desktop and stood. I rose with him, enough to stand over him and to keep my eyes on his. "I am a man of business, Mr. Dresden. Would you prefer anarchy in the streets? Wars between rival crime lords? I bring order to that chaos. No. You just make the chaos more efficient and organized, I shot back. Stick whatever pretty words you want onto it, but that doesn't change the fact that you're a thug. A fucking animal that should be in a cage. Nothing more. Marcone's normally passionless face went white. His jaw clenched over words of rage. I pressed him hard, my own anger spilling out with a passion gone out of control. I poured all of my recent frustration and fear into venomous words and hurled them at him like a handful of scrap metal. What's out there, John? What could it possibly be? Did you see Spike? Did you see how they tore his face off? Did you see the way they'd ripped his guts open? I did. I could smell what he had for dinner. Can you just imagine it happening to you next, John? Don't call me that, Marcone said, his voice so quiet and cold that it set my momentum back on its heels. If we were in public, Mr. Dresden, I'd have you killed for speaking that way to me. If we were in public, I told him, you'd try. I drew myself up and glared down my nose at him, ignoring Hendrik's looming presence. Now, get the hell out of my office. Marcone straightened his jacket and his tie. I presume, Mr. Dresden, that you are going to continue your investigation with the police department. Of course. Marcone walked around my desk, past me, and toward my door. Hendricks followed in his wake, huge and quiet. Then, in my own interests, I must accept your offer and aid the investigation however I might. Look up the name Harley Macfin. Ask about the Northwest Passage project. See where they lead you. He opened the door. Why should I believe you? I asked him. He looked back at me. You have seen the deepest reaches of my soul, Mr. Dresden. You know me in a way so profound and intimate that I cannot yet fathom its significance, just as I know you. You should know that I have every reason to help you, and that the information is good. He smiled again, wintry. Just as you should know that it was unwise to make an enemy of me. It need not have been this way. I narrowed my eyes. If you know me so well, then you should know that there's no other way it could be. He pursed his lips for a moment, and did not try to refute me. Pity, he said. A true pity. And then he left. Hendricks gave me a pig-eyed little glare, and then he was gone too. The door shut behind them. I let out a long, shaking breath and slumped against my desk. I covered my face with my hands, noticing as I did that they were shaking too. I hadn't realized the depth of the disgust in me for Marcone and what he stood for. I hadn't realized how much it had sickened me to have my name associated with his. I hadn't realized how much I wanted to launch myself at the man and smash him in the nose with my fists. I stayed that way for a few minutes, letting my heart beat hard, catching my breath. Marcone could have killed me, He could have had Hendrix tear me apart. Or put a bullet in me right
You're tuned
there.
into Second Moon, the channel where the
But he
classics
hadn't.
never grow old.
That wasn't Marcone's way. He couldn't eliminate me now. Not after working so hard to spread the word throughout the underworld that he and I had some sort of alliance. He would have to be more indirect, or subtle. Having Hendrix scatter my brains out on the floor wasn't the way to do it. I thought over what he had said, the implications of his acceptance of the deal I'd offered. He was in danger. Something had him scared. Something that he didn't understand and didn't know how to fight. That was why he had wanted to hire me. As a wizard, I'd take the unknown and turn it into something that can be measured. I'd take that cloak of terror off of things. Make people able, somehow, to deal with them. Marcone wanted me to stand by him. To help him not be afraid of those things lurking in the dark. Well, it was only human. I winced. I wanted to hate the man. But disgust, maybe anger, was as far as I could go. Too much of what he said was true. Marcone was a businessman. He had reduced violence in the streets, while sending the number of dollars made by criminals in this town soaring. He had protected the city's flesh, while siphoning away its blood, poisoning its soul. Changed nothing. Nothing at all. But to know that the man I knew, the tiger-souled predator, the businessman killer, to know that he was frightened of what I was about to go up against, it scared the hell out of me. It added an element of intimidation to the work I was doing that hadn't been present before. That didn't change anything either. It's all right to be afraid. You just don't let it stop you from doing your job. I sat down on the desk, forced thoughts of blood and fangs and agonizing death from my mind, and started looking for the name Harley Macfin and the Northwest Passage Project. That is the end of Chapter 10.
I gotta say, as far as bad guys go, Marcone is definitely one of my favorites. One of the most well-designed ones. It's like...
No?
He does... Like, yes, he is definitely a criminal. He is evil. But at the same time, you cannot argue with the fact that, yeah, violent crime is reduced. If somebody breaks his rules, you know, he does not allow women and children to be harmed, etc., etc. Somebody breaks that, they disappear. It's like, he's good, but also evil. It's a weird conundrum, but it's definitely not black and white.
Well, imagine how awesome he could have been if he was in a different position, like police commissioner or mayor.
I feel like I like him where he's at. But yeah, that's just, I like Marcone as a character.
Very interesting.
He's not your standard mustache twirling Disney villain. He is an actual character.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I like.
I like characters that are characters, not caricatures.
Well, this is the way I always put it down as. He's an individual with presence. Oftentimes, we see many villains out there that they come and they go, but none of them really leave that lasting impression. Marten does. Even though he has only really been represented in just a few little pages here, he has left an impact. And that's why he's a good character.
Yeah, I like that explanation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Achi, you still out there? You still up for doing some Cosmeteer? Hi, Varian. Alright. You mind if we move over to my Discord?
Yeah, we can. Why?
Oh, for easier setup of voice for that. I would still love more narration. Yeah. I would still love more narration, but...
Yeah, we can move over. I don't mind. Nothing's keeping me here at the moment.
Okay. Well, let me finish, yeah. Let me move over. We can move over real quick.
Yippee.
Ruff! Yeah, I'm just gonna finish this subway line and then I'll switch over. I swear I spend more time in this game just managing public transit than I do anything else.
Ren.
Aren't you supposed to be sleeping?
I slept for 5 hours.
8 hours?
After being up for as long as you fucking were, that is not enough!
Well, I had taken my meds already a long time ago, so I can't sleep for that long yet.
Oh, I can't
Also,
wait.
that's not how sleep works. You can't
feels.
catch up on it, unfortunately.
I know, but still, I worry about my friend.
Yeah, it's alright. I'll
Eternally
get a full
tired.
night's sleep tonight.
Eternally tired blips.
Yup, indeed.
For those that aren't aware, Rin is also a streamer, and Rin decided to go for how freaking long before you finally stopped?
50 hours almost exactly.
Oh my god.
Shit.
Well, I mean, there was 2 15-minute naps in there, but...
Only 15 minutes. Only 2.
Only 15.
You did
One
a
a day.
little over 2 days.
That's all I need.
Rin, I realize that you may pretend to be a cat on the internet, but that does not mean that you actually need only cat naps. I will maintain this concern.
I know. I don't plan to do anything crazy like that again. Don't worry.
If your chat tries to get you to do it, I will go in there and bitch slap them. And then you for considering it.
It does sound cool, but no.
If I didn't also have tomorrow off, I wouldn't have gone anywhere near this.
I will bring out the chair.
The chair?
Okay. Is that
The sleepy
both?
time chair, okay? The
What the
extra
hell's
comfy chair.
Did you not see my, my face cam thing? I was streaming from a reclining couch while reclined. That entire time. And staying awake, so yeah.
No! You give me a mood so I get comfortable to sing. God damn it.
Good squeaky toy. By the way, Rin, have you met my squeaky toy? She goes squeak.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, we met.
I will share this squeaker with you.
I don't know if I should be happy or upset, so I'm gonna be both.
You may chew on the squeaker
Second
toy.
Moon Radio with your
Yay.
host, J. Thomas
Nom, nom, nom,
Randall.
nom, nom.
Tune in tomorrow for a second chance to hear the music of yesteryear.
Ah, this thing has got to be nearly done. Yes, it is. Thank fuck.
Oh shit, paper cut.
Alcohol.
I don't have that nearby me, so thank God.
Salt.
Lemon juice?
Just disinfect the fuck out of it.
Oh no, I know something even worse. Like jalapeno juice.
Ooh, sounds fun.
I was reading a book as well, and I'm kind of mad because I was getting good.
What's up?
And now your book is stained with your blood.
Sad.
You signed the pact. I shall be with you in the morning.
What
Just
the
whatever.
fuck, dear Guardian?
What happened?
Paint doesn't
Let's
have much
go.
going for him. How dare you steal from him?
Listen, it's just one soul.
I'm
That
sorry,
is his
what?
thing.
Paint has souls?
Paint makes the contracts.
Fine, I'll just take his soul without the contract.
I need a soul.
I will bite you.
Meh. That's my defense.
I need a soul. I'm a ginger.
Oh fuck, then I won't touch that.
Alright, that is it for this session of The City of Vaguely Evil. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today so far on the stream. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram. I forgot to update my credits. Mastodon, Blue Sky, Patreon, and more. There on the website, as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is your support that keeps this channel going. I cannot do it without your guys' help and support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It's one of the best ways to support the channel. You can also do so by checking out Rygone Plays over at twitch.tv/Rygone Plays, who did the wonderful narration for us this evening. As well as... What?
I said Waves Paw.
Ah, yes. As well as going and checking out Rin the Cat who also streams things and does crazy things like a 50-hour stream, which we will not permit him to do again. Do we make ourselves clear?
Yes, sir.
Rygone does 50-hour stream.
No. But yeah,
no.
thank you all so much for joining, and I bid you the most fondest adieu.